Hari Om. Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 3, Verse 20. Karma Yoga. That is yoga of action. Yesterday, we saw why Arjuna should perform action. How to perform his action. Krishna said, the action should be performed without attachment and with perfection. Two conditions. Action should be performed without attachment and with perfection. By this way, you can attain the highest. This is what Lord Krishna said in verse 19. In verse 20, he gives one more reason with example why Arjuna must perform his action. First, we will see verse 20. Karmanaiva hi samsiddhim astita janagadayah lokasangrahamevapi sampashyan kartumarhasi. Krishna gives one example and then one more reason to Arjuna why he should not run away from the battlefield. Karmanaiva hi samsiddhim. Only by performing action, just by performing their obligatory duties. Astita janagadayah. Janaka, the king Janaka and others, they have attained perfection just by performing duties. Lokasangrahamevapi sampashyan kartumarhasi. Then Krishna says, no, it is not for the welfare of the Loka Sangraha, for the welfare of the people, for the benefit of the people, for the welfare of the people. You must perform your action. You cannot run away from your duty. Why? That we will see. First he says, Janaka Dayaha, King Janaka and others performed their duties and attained perfection. Who are the others here? Krishna is referring to. One is Ashwapati, second is Ikshvaku, Prahallada and Ambarish. These are the other kings. They performed their duties as a king, but they attained perfection. They worked from morning till night, more than a common man. Common man may go home at 6 o'clock after the office is over. But Janaka and others, other kings, whom I referred just now, that Ashwapati, Ikshvaku, Prahalada and others. So they all worked from morning till evening, discharging their duties as a king. So much of work. But by performing their duty without attachment and with perfection, they attained the highest. Hence Lord Krishna says, like them, since you are also a king, you must perform your duty with perfection. You cannot run away from your duty. This is the example what Lord Krishna gave to Arjuna. Then, in that case, why they are born as kings? Somebody may question. They could have born as a sannyasi. They could have a sannyasi, or they could have lived in a hermit, and then they could have completed their life. The reason being, their prarabdha karma. You are born in this world in a particular situation to your parents or in a particular circumstance because of your prarabdha karma. This is coming from your previous janma. This you cannot, nobody can choose his parents. Nobody can choose in which place he will be born. There is no choice. It is given by God. You have to accept it. That's it. Nobody has got a right. So it is a prarabdha karma. If you are born as a king, you are born as a king. If you are born as a peon, you are born as a peon. You have to do your duty. You can't say no, no, no. I will not perform my duty. So this is the reason why they are born as king and they perform their duty. One more thing, interesting thing is Lord Krishna. Very, very interesting point. Please note. Lord Krishna is giving example of King Janaka and others. Lord Krishna is a direct example for this. Lord Krishna is a Paramatma. He has nothing to gain by this war. If the Pandavas win, he has nothing to gain. If the Pandavas lose, he has nothing to lose. But the Paramatma is doing a menial job like a charioteer. So he is not saying, this job I will not do. What is this? I have to drive your chariot. Huh? I am a Paramatma, I am God. He never said that. That is the job given to him. During that time, he did his job wonderfully well. Nobody earlier, nobody during that time, nobody even today can drive the chariot like Lord Krishna. Perfection to the core. Not only that, those days the war used to happen, and then evening, once the sun sets, the war will stop. Krishna, as a charioteer, what he did was he used to first feed the horses. Maybe he may give a bath to those horses, and then he will touch the horses in a soothing way. Then he will allow the horses to lie down on the sand to relax. Then only he will go and have his do his daily routines in the evening. Perfection to the core, I said. He did not. Krishna is a direct example. He has nothing to gain. He has nothing to lose. But when it comes to his duty as a charioteer, he did it with diligence and with perfection. But Krishna did not quote himself as an example to Arjuna. He said, King Janaka and others, he said. This is one point which we must note. Then the next point is why Arjuna must work. This is the question. Lord Krishna has given the example of King Janaka and others. But why Arjuna, you must work? First reason is you are also a king like Janaka. So you must work. Second reason is Yada Raja Tada Praja. Whatever a leader does, the people will follow it. Arjuna is a leader. Suppose if the leader is not functioning in a proper manner, if he runs away in challenging circumstances, then the normal people, whenever any challenge comes, they will also run away from their duties. They will see my leader has done that, so they will run away. You take, for example, corruption. If the top person, whoever it is, if the CEO or the Prime Minister or the Chief Minister or the ministers, Council of Ministers, Cabinet Ministers, if they are not corrupt, then 100% the lower down the line, nobody will be corrupt. Because as is the leader, so is the followers. So this is another reason why Krishna says that you must perform your duties. Then we will take example of Adi Shankaracharya. Adi Shankaracharya is a leader. Why he is a leader means he led the people. Even though he was teaching Advaitic principles. Advaitic principle means only Brahman is there. All the other things are Maya. Whatever you see, whatever you touch, even your own body is Maya. Because reality remains in the past, it remains in the present, it will remain in the future. But whatever we are having, that will remain for some time and it will vanish. It is not, it may look like real, but it is not real. That is why it is called Maya. This is the Advaitic principle. But Adi Shankaracharya has written so many poems, so many songs about God. Narayana, Shiva, any God you take, he has written so Saundari Lagari. He has written about so many songs about and in the form of prayers. He did archanas. He established temples. He constructed temples. Everything is there. Why he should do that? Because he is preaching there is nothing. Yeah, everything is Maya. You close your eyes and then pray to God. That's fine. That's fine. But he didn't do that because it is the highest level. It is the highest level, not for common people. Common people cannot attain that level. They will also shave their head. They will also wear the orange robe. They will also close their eyes. But the common people cannot control their sense organs. They will be thinking about money. They will be thinking about power. They will be thinking about girls. So, even though Adi Shankaracharya he preached Advaita as a leader, he did not want the common people to get corrupted by this. So he did all pujas, he went to temples, he wrote many songs, etc. So he is a leader. Let us compare Adi Shankara with Buddha. No doubt, Buddha is also a equally realized soul like Adi Shankaracharya. No doubt. But the one mistake Buddha committed was, with the greatest respect, I am saying this because I have read this in several books. I am just sharing their thought. Buddha was born as a king. So, like Arjuna, Buddha must have, even though he was a realized soul, he must have done his duty as a king. But what Buddha did was, he became a monk. He renounced everything, he became a monk. Nothing wrong. Then what happened was, he wanted everybody to become monk. Lot of bhikshus, lot of followers were made into bhikshus. Bhikshus are not realized souls. They were not realized souls. Even today, many bhikshus are not realized souls. So what happened was, there was total chaos. Buddha, the main principle preached by Buddha was ahimsa. That was not followed by the bhikshus. That could not, even today, they are not following it according to the information available to me. They are eating non-vegetarian. Why they are not able to follow? Because they are common people. Common people, if they have to follow the leader, and the principles are very strict, they cannot follow the leader. So, Buddha, even though he is a realized soul, he is not a good example for the bhikshus because he should have performed his duty as a king. Other people also became dressed like Buddha, but they are not able to follow his principles. So this is one point which we must appreciate. That is the difference between Adi Shankaracharya and Adi Shankaracharya was not a king. He was like us, common people. Then finally, so the conclusion is, what Lord Krishna says in this verse is, hey Arjuna, you perform your duties with perfection, without attachment, like King Janaka and others. They attained the highest perfection by doing their duties. Secondly, he says, being a leader, being a king, you cannot run away from your duties. You have to perform duties because your followers, the people, common man, will take you as an example and they will do whatever you are doing. Tomorrow, if somebody is not giving coffee, then he will run away. He will say, it's a challenging circumstance in life. I am going out. I am renunciating everything. You will set a bad example in this world. Don't do it. This is what Lord Krishna is saying. Again, verse 20. Karmanaiva hi samsiddhim astita janagadayaha lokasangrahamevapi sampashyan kartumarhasi. Next verse we will see tomorrow. Hari Om. Sarvam Krishnarpanamastu. Narayana 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 Narayana